Look, and folks are already calling in, so
Good.
they're ready to go. We're going to start with Viola, and I'm sorry I didn't catch where Viola is from. Can you remind me of that again? Sylacauga. Wonderful. Viola, we thank you and all of those down in Sylacauga for tuning in for sure. How are you this evening?
I'm fine.
Good, good. Well, thank you so much for calling. If you will, go right ahead with your question.
Okay, my question is, I was involved in an accident where I was on a company van picking up consumers for group. And this person that was, he had no insurance, he had a seizure, and he came across a section of the road and hit the company vehicle that I was on. And I had, as a result of it, I had a fibular fracture and a sprained knee. I got workman's comp, but he just went free. He didn't have any changes in his life concerning what had happened. And I was just wondering, is there anything that I can do to be compensated for my pain and suffering?
Well, Viola, that's a great question. First of all, so sorry that that situation happened to you, and glad that you are well enough to be here asking us tonight. Joy, Ken, your response to Viola on that one.
Yeah, let me take this one real quick. So I'm sorry if this has happened, but this isn't the first time we've seen this happen. In fact, there are so many drivers out there that don't have insurance. I know the law says you got to have it, but you know there's people that finagle their way around it and and are able to drive without insurance. Now, that doesn't mean that all is lost. Now, first of all, I'm going to ask everyone out there to at some point review your insurance policy with your insurance agent, okay? Pull it up, whatever. Make sure that whatever your liability limits are, okay, if they're $25,000 or if they're $100,000 or if they're $300,000 or if they're $1 million, okay? Whatever your liability limits are, make sure that your UIM, uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage is the same. Because what I see so many times, you've seen it?
Yeah.
What I see so many times is someone will come in and they'll have $100,000 in liability limits. That's protecting the people that you hit, okay? It's protecting you, but it's protecting the people you hit. Now, let's say somebody hits you. Well, you have separate policy, okay, there. It's called uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. What I see so many times is somebody will have $100,000 in liability limits and they'll have $25,000 in UIM limits. That's what protects the people in their car, their family, all right? And so if something bad happens, you know, medical bills, you can run up a $100,000 bill in a heartbeat, okay? I mean, in one night, two nights, okay? Yeah. So what I'm gonna ask everybody out there to do is go look at your policy and whatever your limits are, your liability limits, make sure that your limits match it and protect your family, okay? Now, I'm gonna take a step back.
Yes.
Let's talk about Viola. Right.
Yes.
So there's two avenues of recovery, well, three. You talked about workers' comp. All right, now, your company vehicle may or may not have uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. In this case, it would be uninsured motors. May or may not. There's no requirement that it has to have it. All right, but if it does, that can be accessed. Now, if your company doesn't have UIM insurance, your personal vehicles at home is the next layer, okay, that can kick in. So, you know, and there may be other avenues, but I know that those are two avenues that you can look towards. And then, of course, with your workers' comp. Now, it all kind of interplays, all right? So it takes some expertise to iron that out.
Definitely.
But don't give up. There's hope for you, and you got a bad injury. So I mean, you need you deserve some
So
compensation.
she needs to go ahead and reach out to an attorney to get kind of talk more through those avenues.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
there's a lot going on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Well, Viola, thank you again just for that question, and so sorry that that happened, but hopefully you can speak with someone, and we're going to give out both Ken and Joy's number at the end of the show, so if you want to give them a call and get more information, for sure, but we certainly wish you the best moving forward.